Module 5, Challenge Activity 5.2.1, Hypothesis Test for a Population Mean. The university claims that students can expect to spend a mean of 3 hours per week on homework for every credit hour of class. The administration believes that this number is no longer correct at a significance level of 0.05 and surveys a random sample of 300 students. The results of the sample are given below. Now, one thing I just want to point out before we get too much farther is when it says here, the administration believes that this number is no longer correct. They're just saying that they believe it's no longer 3 hours. They're not saying greater than, less than. That means it's not equal to. So let's go down here to the questions. It says the population parameter is, now the population parameter, we don't have the number, but we know in theory what it is. It's the mean homework time for all students at the university. That would be your population. The sample statistic is going to be the mean homework time for those 300 students. Remember, we're testing a hypothesis about all students at the university, but we're using this sample of 300 to test that theory or that hypothesis. Does this data meet the following conditions for the t-distribution? Remember, it has to be random and it has to have a normal distribution. Well, it says here a random sample of 300 students. So we already know that it's random, yes. Normal, it doesn't say it in the wording up here, but looking at this histogram, it's about normal. It might be slightly skewed, but for the most part, it's a pretty normal sample. So we would say yes, because the histogram appears to be approximately normal. All right, let's go ahead and check our answer. Nice little green check mark saying we did everything right. Let's go to the next section, or next part. A major retailer promises 2-day shipping. I wonder which retailer this is. For certain online orders. A consumer advocacy group believes that the shipping times are longer at a significance level of 0.05 and checks a randomly chosen sample of 400 orders. The results of the sample are given below. So what we're saying, though, is that this retailer is claiming that they do 2-day shipping. So what we're saying, what this consumer advocacy group is saying, that they think it's longer. So that means that our alternative hypothesis, HA or H1, you'll also see, is that the mean is greater than 2. It says right here, longer than that 2-day shipping. The null hypothesis then is that it's less than or equal to 2. It's the alternative, whatever's not captured, or not the alternative, excuse me. It's the null, but it's whatever's not captured in the alternative hypothesis. This is greater than 2. This is less than or equal to 2. Let's go ahead and check that. Nice little green check mark. A major retailer promises 2-day shipping for certain online orders. A consumer advocacy group believes that the shipping times are longer at a significance level of 0.05 and checks a randomly chosen sample of 400 orders. The results of the sample are given below. All right, so we are, trying to scroll down. All right, so here we have this 2-day retailer. We're trying to see if the shipping times are longer. That means we're looking at a right tail test. We're trying to find the area under the curve at this t-value and greater. So first we're going to go to our results. These are given our results from Excel that they are providing us. So we have the test statistic is given right here at 1.612. 1.612 when we round it. So we're rounding to that 4. Oops, let me actually do 6118. 6118. There we go. Sorry, to the 4th decimal place. And then our p-value, again, one thing to point out here, these are symmetric. So our p-value would be the same even if we were looking at the less than, if we were trying to prove that it was less than some number on the same side over here. But again, we're looking at this area over here. So our p-value is going to be from right here. That p-value for the one-tailed test is going to be 0.0539 when we round it to the 4th decimal place. All right. In this case, our p-value is greater than our significance level of 0.05, which means that we failed to reject the null hypothesis, which means that there is not sufficient evidence. So we would say sufficient evidence does not exist that the mean shipping time is greater than 2 days. Let's check. A little green check mark saying that we did it all right. So if you have any questions about how to like set these problems up, how to read the results from Excel that they are providing you, let me know.